I went to NASA at Houston last technically sort of weekend and also earlier this week.
I wasn't going to say it because I wasn't sure if you were going to talk about it for whatever reason, but
no.
It sounded like a sick trip.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely incredible. The people that brought us down there, the like two main people that the main person who reached out is a part of the like Mission Control Center design group.
Sick.
It has a different name. I believe it's called Flight Operations. But basically, they design. So each mission has a slightly different mission control center because they're going for like these crazy efficiency levels and there's different demands and all this type of stuff. So they will design a new mission control center for every mission. And I sort of thought that there was like one. And like I know like SpaceX has one, but I thought NASA had like a mission control center. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. No, there's like a bunch.
Oh, that's
they're all in
cool.
the same building, but there's a bunch. And when you walk through them, they're a little bit different because there's slightly different demands. And these people have to try to push new tech onto these operators that will have to now train on this new tech and use it. So this might be someone who has worked this one very hyper intense. We talked about like the things that they have to do. You have to listen to the loop of all conversations going on and pull out keywords that might involve something that you have to do. So you're constantly listening to multiple conversations at a time and have to be operating at like really, really high levels.
Life critical level.
Yeah. Just your whole shift. Really, really intense. So like if you want to push a new keyboard setup.
Sure. Yeah. You're gonna type Dvorak now.
Yeah, like there's probably going to be a lot of resistance, and with pretty good reason. You might have good reasons too, right? This is more efficient. We think you can do it this way, so you can get this thing done with slightly less clicks. You can do whatever, blah, 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 blah. This mouse is faster, whatever. But if something is battle tested already, there's a lot of resistance because, I mean, it's not broken and like lives are on the line. Lives and billions of dollars. So like, it's tough. Very, very interesting conversations. I think you should absolutely go make videos there. I met a PR person, talked to them about it. They're interested. What I really want to do is the first manned mission to either to go around the moon or to land on the moon. I want to have you work with these Mission Control Center designer guys to make a video on how you design the like computer and electronics and networking and video feeds and everything for a Mission Control Center for a manned launch, which is like way more intense than an unmanned launch.
To be clear, Luke is not a moon
cool.
landing denialist. He meant the first moon landing mission in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well, okay. What I was really talking about was the first one where they set up a base. I'm sure I said it poorly. Yeah. I'm a little bit too excited because it was an extremely fun trip.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, they were talking about like the difficulties there, but also the understanding that like there's reasons why these people would push back. And it is actually a good thing. Because you kind of end up in the middle
balance. And
they are constantly like they have this one display, which is a like control center from like, I shouldn't say a control center, an individual person's control unit in a mission control center. They have like three of them from three different generations.
Yeah.
And like you can see the similarities between like the first ones that they have and the ones that they have now.
Yeah.
But they have made a lot of
been evolutionary changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess having that push and pull is a very natural thing. Like, it's kind of like how, we have departments that are incentivized, that are given incentives that are opposed to each other. You know, for example, the business team has the objective of generating as much sponsorship revenue as possible, but the content team has the objective of getting as many views as possible. Well, surely
sometimes
the most profitable thing would be to just upload sponsor read after sponsor read. And the most viewable thing would be to have no sponsors whatsoever and just make whatever you want. So you got to kind of...
You need this back and forth to land in the right spot. So it's very interesting.
And the writing team has output targets, but then I have quality targets, and so does the editing team. And so it's like, well, yeah, we could output more, but we can't output that. So you're going to have to go back to the drawing board then.
Yeah.
Luke denies lunar landing confirmed. Yep. 100%.
I just said it wrong.
You guys believe in the moon? Wake up, sheeple. Samsung proved it's fake.
Captain Rand in Floatplane Chat said 75% of the planet is water and none of it is carbonated. The Earth is flat. I thought that was really funny.
That's the first time I've heard that. That's amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah, that was an actually incredible trip. There's a few other ideas that I have for content pieces you might be able to make around that, but we'll talk later. But they're all like super cool. I was trying to pitch AV1 because like, you know, network connections can be kind of rough, but there's like a lot of issues he was talking to me about, and this totally makes sense. But radiation in space is like way more of a problem.
Right.
We have issues down here when there's like a solar flare. You might have bit flips. Yeah, well, they have those problems like just all the time.
Right.
And they have like space weather experts that can try to predict this stuff coming up, but it still doesn't help you from a bunch of bit flips all happening at the same time.
Right.
And like there's also cosmic radiation that comes from not just the sun, so you can't necessarily see it coming. And they set up systems where like they'll have 3 computers doing the same things and they'll vote on a result instead of just having one computer control it. So if 2 of them agree, or hopefully all 3 of them agree, then you can be pretty sure that it's good. But it's decently common that one of them will be like bit flipped and just be like, oh, this other thing. So I just very interesting, the type of problems that they have to deal with, which you might not necessarily expect. But apparently AV1 is an issue because of licensing agreements, all this type of stuff.
Right.
I don't know. Anyways. Yeah.
Dan and Darren were working on an X-ray machine.
You're what?
For the lab.
Yes.
Yeah, I want one.
Thank you.
That's
Awesome.
kind of sick.
Yeah.